Hey YouTube, regardez, on est de retour sur Tuer la Princesse, mais les menus sont en français. Oh, c'est la pristine cut. Il se passe plein de choses. Ah, je vais ranger ça. Je vais mettre ça de côté, je vais le ranger après. Il y a plein de nouveautés sur le jeu. Plein de nouveautés. Ah, Tintin. Je suis même pas sûr que j'avais montré ça en VOD encore. Donc il y a plein de... Il y a des nouvelles princesses, des nouvelles fins, des nouveaux dialogues, des nouveaux plein de trucs. Et surtout, il y a la traduction, donc j'aurais plus besoin de vous traduire de façon hasardeuse. Ce qui se passe dans le jeu. On va être parti pour... au chapitre.
You're on a path in the woods.
Ah, vous cachez un peu quand même le chat.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ah là, pile dans le coin comme ça, vous êtes beau. Là, ça cache rien, là. Ah, je rogne un peu aussi. Myrte. Faut que je vais me rétrécir un peu, attendez. Vous en faites pas, YouTube, ça va bien se passer. On rogne un petit peu, on se réduit légèrement. On se remet bien. Hop, voilà. On est pas mal. Là, je regrette d'avoir fait ça parce que du coup, sur tous mes montages, je vais devoir réorganiser mes, mes cadrages. C'est pas grave, c'est pas grave.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ah, on est toujours un peu dessus, hein. C'est pas pratique. Hein. Alors... un peu immoral. On va se remettre un peu dedans. Ah d'accord. La fin du monde, faut être plus
I'm
précis.
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically
Ouais,
of
du coup,
all,
je vais remettre ma caméra
no more people.
comme je l'avais avant. Voilà.
You have
Parce
to
que
put
sinon, ça va
an
être trop
end
chiant
to
pour mes
her.
montages.
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
De toute façon, il faudrait que j'enlève tout, en fait, pour ne pas masquer les... Mais pourquoi il parle aussi long? Il pourrait parler moins long. Eh, il y a peut-être... Il y avait des options de préférence et tout, autant... Non. Allez, peut-être.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her
Oublié plein de
out,
trucs.
she could easily trap you in her
Ah oui, on n'a
web
pas
of
pris de sac poubelle
lies.
d'ailleurs.
And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the
Ça faisait
cabin.
longtemps, hein. Je me
Find
remets
the
dedans, ça faisait
princess
longtemps.
within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the
je vous les
floor
laisse, hein,
and
maintenant, les
walls are
dialogues.
painted in a fine
On
layer
les connaît,
of
hein.
dust. The only
Mais ils
furniture
sont
of
traduits.
note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Est-ce qu'on prend la lame? Ouais.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Ah, je me disais aussi, il manque un bout.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Bonjour.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Non. Venu discuter. Oui, j'ai une
Then why
dague,
did you bring a
oui.
knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Direct.
Do you?
Nope. C'est pour ça que je pose la question.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Je refais une run similaire à ma première.
I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
On va poser moins de questions parce qu'il y a beaucoup de choses qu'on a déjà vues.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
S'il y a pas de clé.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be... You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
Pardon, je l'ai
The door
coupé.
at the top of the stairs slams
My
shut.
bad.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
No.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Ça va, Nocturne? Ça va, mon bébé? Mon bébé chat? Bébé chat?
You're on a
Pardon.
path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Yeah.
If you don't, it will
Yeah.
be the end of the world.
Salaud!
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
Salaud!
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Allez, on y va.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
J'avais zappé le wink.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
C'est un mur.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous
On
you
peut toujours
look.
pas.
There was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down
Mais
there.
la dernière fois, on s'est mis en danger justement parce qu'on avait une arme.
What if she... I don't know... turns
Je crois que j'ai fait la
against
même
us?
remarque.
Which I'm bringing up in a purely
La première fois.
hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you. Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the bait. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Ça me fait rire comme il se dit quand même. Bon, on a un couteau, mais c'est pas comme si on était obligé de s'en servir. Mais c'est exactement ce qui s'est passé la dernière fois. Table et la porte sont pas diff. Non, je crois pas.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear?
J'ai un petit
Please,
chat qui me
come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had
cache
company.
l'écran.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She
J'aime
looks up
trop
at you,
la
the heavy
mini
collar
princesse
around her neck
blasée.
clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far
La meilleure
wall,
illustration du
joining
jeu,
in
elle
a
est là.
metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
En fait, là, le problème, c'est que je crois qu'on va vers une route qui ressemble exactement à ce que j'ai déjà fait.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Je me disais, je vais faire un truc similaire à ma première route, mais si on a exactement le même résultat, ça sert pas à grand chose. Malgré la traduction et tout. Alors que là, il se passerait un truc, non? On est d'accord. Il y a des changements. Autant tes choix mènent à autre chose. On essaye de faire la même chose? On peut essayer, hein. Il y a des changements, mais je me dis que là, ça va m'amener à la même fin que ce que j'avais fait. Bon, je vais pas réexaminer la chaîne, parce que ça, obviously, ça va être la même chose.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it?
Hein?
To know that you might not be the first version of yourself.
Sur ma tablette graphique, attends.
At least we can remember what happened before.
J'ai eu un retour Windows, j'ai pas compris.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
J'ai des voix dans ma tête, c'est pas ma faute. Alors, on va faire un truc. Hop. Hop.
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous, but she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
Il y en a pas.
There are none.
Voilà.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Ah.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Oh, Rory tried to take over your body. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across
Ça fait
the
toujours
floor.
rire les dialogues. Les brutally
Princess
honestes
maintains
dialogues.
unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Je sais plus lequel est le pire. Hein. On va faire un truc.
You close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, the I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds. And then, finally, you hear a snap. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is worse than watching. And yet our eyes are still closed. Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your
En vrai,
eyes.
ça allait, il me semble.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
On va essayer différentes routes, hein.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Attendez, désolé pour le micro. Voilà.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Bon, ça on l'a fait du coup. Ça c'est déjà fait.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear. If there's even a her to find anymore.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
It's you.
Something finds me in the long quiet and
La
brings me the
quiétude
gift
éternelle, ils ont
of a
traduit.
fragile vessel.
Comme la quiétude éternelle. Très jolie traduction.
How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical, She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I... Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. Everything, until we meet again. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path
Ça
in
nous,
the
refait,
woods.
ça nous refait une des fins. Je veux sauvegarder. Je sauvegarde ça. On va charger. Ici. Voyons. On va.
Fine.
Quelle fin ça nous
But if
fait?
we're leaving, then we're taking the...
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just... empty. The door. Check the door.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're... This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
C'est des conneries!
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win. We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Allez,
You
FF.
goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Ah putain. C'est you goddamn... Je sais pas quoi, bastard, espèce de méprisable salopard. C'est vraiment...
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart.
Nocturne.
You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Ah. The cage.
You're on a path in
Oh
the
la
which
vache.
chains everywhere. This is different. This is new. It's worse, is what it is.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
Putain, le paranoïaque qui a compris direct ce qui se passait.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply
Un paranoïaque,
scientific
il est très fort.
if we think hard
Il est très très
enough,
fort.
we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that
Bon,
leave
après,
us?
il abuse toujours un peu.
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before.
Excusez-moi. Hein. C'est pas que j'ai un peu faim, mais j'ai un peu faim. Je prends juste un petit morceau et après je mangerai après la VOD YouTube, vous en faites pas.
I'll spare you my full introduction since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Ah oui, c'est vrai, on a la lame. J'en ai plein d'autres toute cette histoire, salut. Putain, attends, faut que je sauvegarde là, j'aurais envie d'essayer ça après. Oh, le solong. Pourquoi j'ai la lame? Bizarre.
I hadn't actually noticed.
Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
Of course it feels natural.
En fait, c'est juste qu'on l'a prise à chaque fois, donc naturellement, maintenant, on l'a dans la main.
Part of us.
Oui, voilà.
Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin.
C'est juste
Oh well,
là, il a le
I
scénario
suppose that
écrit
doesn't
sur
make
son
much sense
papier.
anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Il a des notes pour le scénario, j'en peux plus. Ah, il y a déjà pas mal d'options là.
She... what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly,
Il y a des post-it
if
sur
she
sa
did
gueule, c'est ça.
cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
Tu devrais profiter de ta
We killed
récompense.
ourselves, obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't. We could see right through you. Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We want answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board. And you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Ha! So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this. Try not to kill yourself this time.
Oh, de toute façon, il faut aller la voir. Hein.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns
Oh,
beneath you,
putain.
empty and endless.
Et c'est une des pires cabanes hein, depuis le début, je
A
pense.
rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her. There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that. Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks and spines dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world.
J'ai pas entendu s'il avait fait la même comparaison, mais les bruits métalliques qui évoquent le chant d'un oiseau moqueur, c'est très approprié du coup.
There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
Huh. That mirror's back again.
Moi, c'est la seule nouvelle princesse que je connaissais, parce que j'avais vu une illustration qui avait été partagée pour teaser un peu le fait qu'il allait y avoir des nouveaux chapitres.
What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
Je sais pas ce qui se passe, j'ai juste vu une illustration de la princesse.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind? Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us?
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. You step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor.
Should have been?
Yes, unfortunately, you realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
De toute façon, on peut pas trop faire le premier geste. Salut. Salut.
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly.
What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
It's worth a try.
Non. Salut.
The princess takes a slow step
Elle a sa
forward.
tête là.
As she does so, the heavy chains shift,
Elle traîne sa
tightening
tête.
and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess.
C'est pas cette version là que j'ai vue.
finally emerged from
Moi, elle avait
shadows.
encore sa tête.
body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Mais rien ne dit qu'elle nous reproche quoi que ce soit jusque-là. Elle fait peur, mais... Si? Non? Elle est énervée? Pourquoi elle serait énervée? Moi, je pouvais pas savoir, tu vois. Je voudrais me
You
libérer.
try to move your arm, but the hooks buried deep in your wrist and elbow keep you firmly, painfully in place. You do your best to rotate the knife in your palm, but it only clinks against the metal chain, unable to do so much as leave a scratch. The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
Au secours?
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it.
Très très drôle.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
C'est vrai. Je suis pas responsable de la situation. Je vous ai juste donné mon arme 2 fois. T'as
And
drôle
when
de
the
session
time
de montage.
comes, you'll give it to me again. And then she'll do something horrible with it. I wonder what it'll be this time. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
C'est la première fois qu'on l'entend péter un plomb comme ça, non? Ça me dit rien. On l'entend, lui il craque. C'est la première fois qu'on l'entend craquer complètement. Ah d'accord, c'est plus elle s'approche, plus ça se resserre parce qu'on est liés en fait.
That is what I wanted, but you didn't do it. And I don't think you could have done it. The walls are what the walls are. So give in with me. None of this is up to us.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer. How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
What?
And now, the cut.
qui est en train de se passer?
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Ouais, d'accord, le principe c'est que c'est... Oui, ok, ouais, d'accord. Et maintenant?
We watch, just like we've been doing since the beginning.
Ah putain, c'est la première fois qu'on voit son corps aussi bien, non? On voit les ailes et tout.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
What? Oui, on le voit jamais. Bah là, c'est beaucoup plus clair que ce qu'on voit d'habitude en fait.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
Mais vos gueules. Oh les vannes. Ah, c'est rigolo, mon curseur c'est une petite tête d'oiseau.
Head.
J'ai envie de crever.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Elles sont gigantesques ces ailes.
It's cold, but that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
Ah, on vole jamais dans le truc en même temps. On aurait pu avoir des petites ailes atrophiées. Ça m'aurait pas surprise, tu vois. Bah, premier succès de la session, hein. It's you. C'est encore pire, il y a la cage et tout quoi.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Bon, on a déjà posé les questions tout à l'heure. Maintenant.
Nothing. There is no bring me more.
D'accord.
She asks that I you won't.
On va sauvegarder ça à la place du premier qu'on a.
You're on a path.
On va sauvegarder ça là. Par contre, avant de finir la vidéo YouTube, avant de finir la VOD, j'ai bien envie de charger là et d'abandonner la lame. Ah non, et de partir, c'est ça que je pouvais. Je me casse.
Are you serious? Fine. You walk away from the cabin. And see.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy.
Ah, direct.
What's going on? Where are we?
Quoi? Je m'attendais pas à ça.
We do this. Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
Ah oui, du coup elle est énervée parce que je l'ai abandonnée. Ok, ok, ça on l'avait vu tout ça. C'est juste une autre façon d'arriver à ça. Ok. Je voulais juste voir ça. Et est-ce qu'on peut abandonner le couteau? Non. Est-ce qu'on peut abandonner le couteau? Comment ça se fait qu'on ait la lame?
This is.
Je peux pas y aller avec la lame.
The blade is your implant. We can't toss it. It's the only way we can protect ourselves. It's an extension of us, and we shouldn't go around throwing our pieces away.
He's right. Weird, but right. Don't you dare.
Oui, mais c'est pas toi qui décide.
Are you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never getting out of here if you don't listen.
Ton avis nous a mis dans la merde.
We're not tossing the blade.
C'est moi qui décide, t'as déjà eu ta chance.
Too bad. This is a mutiny.
Hey, you can't
Il est
just do
sérieux?
that. We're not supposed to be able to make our own decisions.
Yeah? Well, I did it last time.
What if I stop you? Maybe I can make
Oh
choices
oui.
too.
Good luck with that.
Le héros.
I've got backup this time, haven't I?
Yeah, alliance
No.
of convenience. We're not throwing it away. It's important. What are you? Are you serious? That's no fair. Let's go.
Sorry, has to be done.
Non. Allez, salaud. Il m'empêche de choisir.
Great. Was that so hard?
Yes, you've made the right choice.
Yes, great. Now, will you get...
Ah, donc il y a peut-être moyen d'arriver sans paranoïaque. Et du coup de lâcher la lame. Mais ça va faire une longue VOD si je commence à chercher ça maintenant. En fait, je me dis... Ici... on s'en va.
Oh, you bastard. You'll regret this.
The door locked behind us the last time we tried that, remember?
Ah bah non, là ça
As if by
mène à autre
divine will,
chose.
just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. It doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here,
On l'avait
right
fait
now,
ça,
she
donc
will
non c'est pas
remain
ça.
an
Donc il doit y avoir un
existential
autre
threat
moyen.
to the entire world.
Huh. So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
I told you that you'd regret saying that, but I didn't think you'd regret it so fast, and with so little effort on my part. I guess we're stuck together.
Non, ça va nous mener à des trucs qu'on connaît déjà, du coup, c'est mort. Ah mais oui, l'abandonné, c'était le la noyée. The Drowned Princess. C'est The Grey. Bah, tant pis. On trouvera la solution. On trouvera une solution pour avoir... pour briser le cycle sur ce chapitre-là. Mais on va d'abord essayer de trouver les autres nouveaux chapitres. YouTube, on se retrouve la prochaine fois. Des bisous. Ciao, ciao.